Hi, I'm Moe. On this channel, I share a small but precious daily life in Japan. Today is a very special day. It's the last field trip for my daughter, Iroha, before her graduation. I'm making the very last preschool lunchbox for her with the sandwiches she requested. Let's get started. First, I start my day with some tomato juice. I measure it out and warm it up in the microwave, then mix in some milk. This has been my morning routine since I was single. It helps me feel healthy and ready for the day ahead. While the microwave is running, I put away the dishes I washed last night. Then I get some water ready for Nico and Iroha, filling their cups and water bottles. It's a small, quiet moment before everyone wakes up. The warm tomato juice is ready. I stir in the milk and take a sip. My morning officially begins now. Today, I'm making a sandwich bento, just like Iroha requested. It's the very last time I'll use this lunchbox. So I'm filling it with all her favorite things. I'm warming up some frozen hash browns in the toaster. These are small and round, which makes them perfect for fitting into a lunchbox. At the same time, I'll warm up some frozen edamame in the microwave. These are young soybeans, very popular and healthy snack in Japan. It has a nice hint of salt, so it tastes best just as it is. Next, I'll prepare atsuyaki tamago. It's a Japanese-style thick rolled omelette. I use 2 eggs, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 1 teaspoon each of cooking sake and mirin. Then I add about 50 milliliters of water and a bit of mayo. In Japan, the style of rolled omelette varies depending on the region. The sweet and firm style is a popular choice for bento. Other regions prefer using dashi, a traditional Japanese soup stock, to make it more savory. I like to use a fork instead of chopsticks because it helps mix the egg whites much better. Next, I'll grill Iroha's favorite sausages. They have characters from Sumiko Gurashi printed on them. It's a very popular Japanese character brand. I know this will make Iroha very happy today. Now, using the hot pan, I'll start making the atsuyaki tamago. The secret to making Atsuyaki tamago fluffy is cooking it quickly over medium heat. I absolutely love the sound of the egg sizzling in the pan. I pour the egg mixture in thin layers and use chopsticks to roll it from the back to the front, bit by bit. It doesn't have to look perfect yet. Once I move the rolled egg to the back, I'll pour in the second layer of egg mixture. Make sure the egg mixture flows right under the first layer too. The sweet aroma of egg and sugar is filling the kitchen, and it's making me so hungry. So far, so good. It's looking like a perfect Atsuyaki tamago today. Well, at least I hope so. Each layer makes the Atsuyaki tamago thicker and more fluffy. Okay, here we go for the final roll. Uh-oh. I'm starting to feel a little bit anxious now. Oh no! I messed up the very last flip. Hey. But that's okay. Once I roll it up, no one will ever know. You see? It's a beautiful Atsuyaki tamago, isn't it? Fluffy and moist, Atsuyaki tamago is finally all done. I hope Iroha enjoys eating it. Next, I'll take the edamame beans out of their pods, so they are easier for Iroha to eat. There are so many different bento picks to choose from, but today I'm using these flour picks for the edamame to make them easier to eat. The hash browns I was warming up in the toaster oven have finished baking nicely too. Now, let's start making the sandwiches. I want to make them extra special today. So I'm going to stamp them with Iroha's favorite characters, Hello Kitty and Pom Pom Pudding. First, I microwave a slice of 10 cut bread for 10 seconds. Then I press the character mode down for another 10 seconds. Since the bread is warm and soft, the design comes out nice and clear. I found these character stamps at Daiso, a popular 100 yen shop in Japan. When I saw them, I knew I had to get them right away. Daiso has so many clever bento tools that make it easy to create cute lunches without any extra stress. It's truly a lifesaver for busy moms. What is even more amazing is that almost everything is only 100 yen. Because of that, I sometimes end up buying way too much. I chose strawberry jam and chocolate for the sandwich. These bento sandwich stamps make everything look so adorable. They really turn a simple sandwich into something special. Now, I'm going to use a different sandwich mold. These molds make small sandwiches that are the perfect size for the bento box and Iroha's little mouth. They are so much easier for her to eat. You might be wondering why I'm making so many sandwiches when Iroha's bento box is so small. Well, the truth is, I'm also making breakfast for both Nico and Iroha at the same time. My children don't usually have much of an appetite in the morning. So, to help them feel more excited about eating, I have them write down their breakfast menu on a whiteboard the night before. They get to decide what they want to eat themselves. It's a small trick to make our busy mornings go a little more smoothly. If my children are happy in the morning, I feel happy too. I want us all to start the day with a smile. This is the menu for today that they wrote themselves.
ご飯食べよう。はい、食べよ
はい、いただきます。いただきます。美味しい。
う。それポテトど
美味しいよ。
う？あ、美味しいんだ。
うん、カリカリぐらい美味しい。あれ、
美味しい？
マのご飯美味しい。
Now, it is time to pack the sandwiches and sides into the bento box. I'm carefully arranging everything, so it stays in place until lunchtime.
入れない。いいのは入れないよ。
To keep the sandwiches from getting soggy, I use separate cups for the side dishes. Will she enjoy it? Will she be able to finish it all? No matter how many times I make a bento, I always feel a little bit anxious.
食器持っておいで。
まあ、三角になってたやつ、ポンポンクリーンのやつ。
そうだよ。
The sandwich bento is finally ready. I'm so looking forward to seeing what kind of reaction she has.
美味しかった。
よかったね。
We still have some time before it's time to head to preschool, so I'd like to get the tidying up done. If I don't do it now, they'll just pile up and I lose my motivation.
お弁当みたいな。
ちょっと待ってね。
これは
早いね。
In the past, I used to just leave things as they were, but since having my children, I've been able to grow alongside them. Even though it's a bit of a hassle, seeing everything sparkle makes me feel so much better. Moving on to the washing up. Since I made the bento this morning, there are more dishes than usual. I'm usually always thinking about how to use fewer dishes to save myself some trouble. Once this is finished, I want to show Iroha her lunchbox. And we also need to get ready for preschool, so I've got to hurry. The children are really into PC games right now. They're 2 years apart, so maybe because they're so close in age, they've been fighting a lot lately. I'm just so happy to see them playing nicely together. Now for the finishing touches. いきますよ。
すごい。
ど
美味しそう。
う？これで大丈夫そうですか？いい？じゃあたくさん食べてね。I'm putting some plastic wrap over the food before closing the lid. This helps prevent the sandwiches from drying out. And since she's using a different backpack today, it will keep everything from shifting around while she's on the move. Also, the temperature today is going to be quite high for winter, so I'm putting an ice pack in with the lunchbox to keep the food fresh. I'm also attaching a shoulder strap to the water bottle so she can take a drink whenever she needs to. I'm also preparing a wet towel or oshibori so she can wipe her hands while she eats. Everything for the lunchbox is all set.
大丈夫？はい、お弁当。はい、じゃあ水筒どうぞ。よし、そしたらスリッパ。楽しみだね。
This was the very last lunchbox for her preschool life. Thinking about how much she's grown makes me happy, but I can't help feeling a little lonely too. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.